Alright, everyone is set. The tour guide told the assembled crowd that it is my highest duty at this point, not only because my job description dictates it. I do, but because, from personal experience, I feel compelled to inform you of all the dangers that pervade human space, ma'am. What is so dangerous about humans or their territory? One of the tourists asked. They are short by galactic standards. They don't have any form of biologically grown external armor, nor do they have any natural weapons other than a few blunt teeth in their mouth. Well, they have a pretty strong military. After all, an avatar stated to settle down. I will address your confusion momentarily. The tour guide said before waving his hand, and a holographic projection lit up next to him. This is Nova Terra, the home planet of humanity, rebuilt after its destruction during the war against humanity. 3 centuries ago, the screen showed a blue-green garden. A world orbiting a star as its third planet shouldn't be fooled by its appearance. Nova. The Terror is just as dangerous, if not more so, than on the original planet. Yes, the guide looked at another tourist who had his SL hand raised with tentacles. Who are the FL? He asked about a once very aggressive and sentient species of flying insectoid creatures that roamed the galaxy, devastating many worlds along the way. The human homeworld was directly in their path. I won't go into detail about the people. There is a museum dedicated to this war, a place that is on the route. You can learn more about it then, and that's when the tour guide answered you. I can only say that Ethal is currently an extinction species. Even after these last 300 years, he breathed, and now where was it? Nova Terror is just as if it were no longer as dangerous as the original planet, because in addition to the various FAA and flora, the human terms for animals and plants jump in some of the dangerous animals of the galaxy, and introduce the categorization from their world of origin from a dead class you are already frightening, all to an 8 class. Yes, this beautiful planet you see here is the world of abandoned borderline hell of a god, notes the people. This planet cites a pleasant world to live in, and ends the quote. The guide looked around and saw several people shining with a shadow compared to their usual colors. Fred, not all the places we will visit are marked as yellow zones. You told them to be yellow. Why didn't a tourist ask for green? It's yellow by our definition. People have marked all the places as green zones, but because of the people, they have been labeled as yellow zones by the Intergalactic Tourist Board. The guide waved his hand, and the image was replaced by a long list of phrases that no tourist recognized. There are many warning signs. You have to know people, and these are the main ones to remember. Starting from the beginning, I will pronounce them according to the human standard, which they call Universal English, followed by the actions to be performed in an orderly manner. The tall man cleared his throat. OSH*T. He started to have several tinnitus with his coarse accent. This term is generally used when something goes wrong but has few consequences, so proceed with caution. Move slowly away from the source. If you recognize it, something could go wrong. Oops, forget the order, run away from the bums for cover, and flatten yourself to the ground as best you can because the scream will result in a real explosion or a big splash. Prost and cheer when you hear these words. Be careful of the chemical known as e-alcohol in the air and in everything you drink because there are people around throwing what they call a party. The tour man kept listing off various other worlds and the actions they were supposed to take when they heard them, and the tourists were only now starting to understand why there was a mandatory training they had to take when they signed up for lies to vaguely understand human society.